Hi everyone and welcome to our final match from the 2v2 tournament. This is the bronze medal match, or the third place game if you want to call it that. Today we are seeing ALB Veterans, General Mosquito and Z versus Äiäkärpäset, Horse and Mahti. You have General Mosquito up here at the top and Z down at the bottom on the right. Up here you have Horse and down here you have Mahti on the left. General is playing as the 3rd Armoured. Z is playing as the 8th Infantry, Horse is playing as the 39th Infantry / Tank, and Mahti is playing as the 79th Tank Division. I've not seen this game before, this is my first time watching it, so hopefully we're going to see a good match. So as we've seen with the other games in this tournament that have gone up over the past week or two, we're aiming for Delta. That's the point that everyone wants to fight over. We've seen a couple of interesting tactics used, a couple of different tactics by some of the teams, especially in that last final match where, you know, a little bit of heli rushing was done, and just interesting to see how that manifested itself and how the other team fought back. HE bomber being used on the road there didn't seem to catch anything. Lots of holes in the road, but certainly not as effective as using a cluster bomber. Large amount of forces down here for Mahti. Now, is he going to attempt to push through to Gulf? I'm not sure. Another HE bomber coming in there. Plenty of units for Z and General Mosquito heading for the middle here. Equally the same for Horse and Mahti. Both teams going straight for that centre point. Up at the top of the map, just having a quick look there. Nothing too exciting units there for defence, perhaps. Some stingers and things. There's not a lot happening up there. These guys are moving down here, which is sensible. It's great if, you know, General Mosquito can hold this road to stop them bringing reinforcements in that way. Down here, there's not a lot of units. There's some air rifles still in the chopper there. They really need to get them out. That BRM-1 is being engaged by everything. There aren't a huge amount of units here. I think Mahti had a bigger force, but I don't think he's going to send it all round. Playing a more of a defensive role down here, I think. Is sending those vehicles forward to attack that chopper, but honestly, they've already dropped their infantry. And it's a bit of a waste to just get those killed. Although, I say that, no one's actually firing at them at the moment. Up here in the middle is where all the mess is. Plenty of choppers being used over here by Horse and Mahti. Very effective at cleaning up the initial forces that were sent in. Tanks giving them a few more issues though. That's just some CEVs. Obviously very good against infantry. Machine guns not quite so effective against the chopper, but doing enough damage. Oh! That was effective. CEVs not too bad versus small vehicles. 24M cluster coming in there. How much damage did that do? Oh, that one's routing. Oh, they're both routing, so enough is the answer to that question. More reinforcements coming in at the bottom for Z now. He has realised that he is up against a lot more units there. So we'll be reinforcing that point. Up at the top, we're seeing a little bit of a push from Horse, just moving that front line further forward. Mosquito is in control of this point, but not in control of this forest. It's a funny place for a Black Hawk all the way up there. A couple of units heading around the back here. I'm not sure where they're heading. They're very likely going to be seen by these motor Strelki if they keep on that path. A unit right round the back, just a UAZ, obviously being used for scouting, is going to be dealt with by that Cobra. A couple of mortars there. At the moment, more forces for Horse and Mahti there, but General and Z do have these CEVs, very, very badly damaged CEVs. I'd be pulling those back to repair them rather than lose them at this point. I mean, they're going to die very easily. I certainly wouldn't be sending them out when there's choppers about. Also the risk that that plane comes back in, of course. Enemy spotted, so those guys have been spotted. He's not continuing this way though, he is sending them Round the back if you can. There's that cluster coming in. One of those is already dead. That should finish the second one. Yep. Those CVs need to be pulled back, really. You can't do much with a tank that's only got 2 points of health. You might as well pull it back and rearm it and heal it. Nothing around the back at this side of the map. Over here, again, nothing around the back at the moment. HE bomb was called in, hit that road there. Effective enough to scare off Mahti's units. Mortar's just so inaccurate at range. So inaccurate at range at the moment. I'm used to the accuracy we get in Wargame Red Dragon for those, so the fact that they have such a widespread, even just, you know, they're not that far. But it's enough to make it a huge difference. Some mech rifles there engaging the Spetsnaz Gru, though they were in open field, they did not survive. HE bomber coming in again, just almost hitting their own units from Z there. I'm not quite sure what they were aimed at. I assume they think there's something in these buildings, they want to clear it. Loads of reinforcements coming in now, lots of mortars. Got an attack beacon going down there from General Mosquito. Up here, those military police and stingers, were they trying to get around the back? I'm not sure. The Iglas and the military police are engaging it, and the Sapri RPO has gone straight past them. They are depleted in terms of their incendiary rockets, however. So I say that, you know, they could still engage. They've still got a PKM. I was thinking maybe not without the RPO launcher, but stagnation down at the bottom. Significantly more forces there for Mahti, though. The middle, it's difficult to say. Forces for Mahti and Horse are much more spread out. A lot more tightly knit here. A couple of cluster bombers and HE bombers there, especially the 24s. That would be pretty devastating. We've got 2 command vehicles at the back there. Oh, that one is moving now. Not sure where it's going. I assume heading for the middle. Points ticking up for Horse and Mahti. Ah, it's because they didn't have a command vehicle in Alpha. That makes sense. RPOs now realizing their mistake, running back over to try and deal with these, but those guys will go into another set of RPOs. What is going on there? Is that, oh, it's CEVs. I thought it was another mortar firing from a different direction, but it is just another CEV. Underestimated sometimes CEVs. They are devastatingly good against infantry. Will do plenty of damage to light vehicles. Certainly shouldn't be underestimated. Here we go. There's those SU-24s. A little bit late to the party. Oh, that is a lot of anti-air. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate for that SU-24 because had it been, you know, a couple of minutes earlier, it would have caught all these infantry. Did kill a command vehicle. Oh no, it was the mech rifles that were in there, but he's pulled them out. Another bomber coming in there. That looks like clusters. That's another HE coming in behind it. Interesting. Lots of planes dying though, lots of planes dying. Chaparral's doing a very good job. I don't usually rate Chaparral's very highly, but they are doing very well here. There's not many stingers out, interestingly. Military police and stingers still heading around the back there, though they are going to be facing off against some Grenzers. And those RPOs hunting them down as best they can. Lots of mortars dotted around the place now for Z. I think they all belong to Z. Nope, there's a couple for General Mosquito as well. Very little movement at the bottom. Some Grenzers heading round the bottom there. I assume to get eyes on. Up at the top. Now, General Mosquito did sort of push the line back here, because you'll note that earlier on we did have a couple of horses units over here in these bushes, but it seems to have got pushed back a bit. The horse is bringing in some reinforcements, including a heavy tank there. There we go, some stingers coming in there with various other infantry squads to come in around the back. Our rifles still here, not looking too healthy, plenty of them dead on the field. T-64 coming in, chopper coming in, doing some damage to those infantry there. Plenty of infantry at this side though will be facing off against the RPO, but the RPO is empty. See, the Sapri RPO, absolutely fantastic with that incendiary launcher. Devastating against other squads, but as soon as that's gone, yes, they've still got the machine gun, which is going to be good versus a lot of squads, but nowhere near as threatening. Now there are some defensive units here, which may or may not see those Grenzers. The stealth mechanic, very good sometimes in this game. Things can just slip past. For example, those Sapri RPO ran that way, those ones are running that way, and everything has managed to miss these guys. They managed to kill the Grenzers, kill the vehicles that were there, and they're pushing on. It's quite clever sending a Stinger with it as well, because the Stinger will provide aircraft cover if a chopper does come looking for them. That looks like a launcher to me. Yes, it is. It is an MRLS cluster. There are also 2 artillery pieces there now as well, just bombarding all those units as they come in. That's quite unfortunate really, because all of these infantry coming in those vehicles came in and went straight down that road, straight into all of that cluster. Now all of the mortar fire is coming in as well. There's a lot of mortar fire and artillery hitting this area. So all those forces that just came in are going to be very, very badly damaged. Now they have managed to push back General's infantry that was here. Most of it is dead. A lot of forces committed to that push. Elsewhere on the map, those Grenzers have stopped now. There are more reinforcements coming up behind them, more Strachey BMPs. A couple of HE bombers there. Z lining them up for a better shot with the trail of bombs. Both of them hitting that middle point. Oh! You know, their bombs may be widely spread out, but that was very effective. MiG-31 in there to try and shoot them down, but did not get any kills. MiG-31's missiles just not hitting the mark still currently. Mech rifles trying to poke out into open territory there. A bit of a mistake. They are getting hit by a T-80B. Oof. Yeah, they weren't going to survive that. Look at all those mortars firing. Just a constant stream of mortar fire raining down on Horse and Mahti. Just zooming to the back of the map, I want to see if these guys have any artillery. A couple of artillery pieces coming in for Horse at the top there. And a couple in there as well. However, they are being counter-batteried by the looks of it by that MRLS cluster. As is that one by the other unit. One of them has succumbed to those cluster munitions. And one of those as well. Wow. That one will have a lucky escape, he has realised. Military police there, going after that command vehicle. Oh, the military police are out of their anti-tank. That would have been devastating if they still had any ammo left in that anti-tank. RPO still moving in there. Those ones have been rearmed. Oh! Had to use a bomber to clear those guys out. Back to the middle. Some rocket fire coming in from a chopper there against these infantry. Will make very short work of infantry. Tested that in one of the previous patch tests. They devastate infantry squads in a matter of seconds. A little bit of engagement down here versus the Motorstrelki and the Flash Squad. The Flash Squad is dead. There is a warning beacon going down. Grenzers obviously didn't get past them, but 2 squads of Motorstrelki are heading that way. Oh, they're going to go straight into the Flash. Well, this should be interesting. Those guys are fully healed. The Flash do have their weapons on. He's pulling them out of the forest. Not necessarily the best idea. Obviously, the better of the 2 squads, but better being in the forest as well, so it's harder for the other squad to engage them. Napalm bomber coming in there as well. Missed the mark massively. Doing a bit of a dance down here now. I'd hoped we'd see a bit of destruction, but they're just running around each other. Look at all those mortars. Lots of units lined up along there now. Plenty of tanks as well. Including a command, obviously, to fend off the mech rifles over there. Oh! Loads of bombers coming in. Some getting shot down by the looks of it. Nothing behind the lines at this point. These guys wanting to get behind, I'm sure. Z pushing some units around this way again. Just Jaegers, nothing too exciting. Recon of all things. HE bomber coming in there. Will do damage to his own units though. Lots of artillery coming in. General Mosquito and Z pushing ahead in points there. Still +3 for holding the middle. Sapri Commander coming in to try and neutralize that again. But what have we got happening up here? General Mosquito pushing forward at the top of the map. Horse is without any of his units that were there. This tank was at one point up here. I wonder if he's realised what's going on. Hasn't moved his units further forward. However, General Mosquito is getting closer and closer to that point. And he will want a piece of it. He's already been in it once. Down here at the other side, still constant stream of mortar fire. You've got to wonder, are these things running out of ammo yet? They must be rearming them. Mortar's firing at the bottom of the map now, though there doesn't really appear to be much movement. Flash engineers staying still. The Motorstrelki heading up this way to get around behind them. They will be going for that mutt. Z is bringing in reinforcements. Does have that Cobra there as well, though the Cobra has no missiles left and is low on fuel. I'd probably be taking that back to base to rearm it. Oh, now Z still had some units there, and that's their own mortars hitting that area. I'm pretty sure they would have killed or done damage to their own units there. Horse regained control of this area along with Mahti. Lots of tanks and things coming in. But General Mosquito is continuing to push at the top there. An Igla versus Stinger squad. Who wins this fight? 2 units. M16A2s versus the AK-74. At the moment, the Stinger's winning. Oh, no, the Stinger now took some damage. They're actually using artillery to try and kill the Stingers. But the artillery will be equally almost hitting their own Igla troops. That's bizarre to me. I really want to see who wins out of these two. Let's have a look on paper. 0.14 and 0.1 with 3 suppression. And those guys have 5 suppression. So technically the AK-74 should do more damage. Accuracy 30%. Accuracy 39. That might make all the difference. Though, you know, rank 1 stingers, trained, nothing more. I wouldn't even bother bringing in stingers that low. Accuracy is so much better if you rank them up. Down here at the bottom of the map, Z's unit's just forming a line. That Cobra sitting behind. Another tow Cobra over there. Those RPO have made it to the point. Again, depleted incendiary rockets aren't going to be much use against that vehicle. But we'll be able to spot it for artillery, in fairness. John Mosquito and Z continuing to hold this central point. There is a T-80 BVK coming in to take control of that point again. Or more, at least to neutralize it. I'm just zooming out and looking at this constant stream of artillery. Absolutely constant now. There is some counter battery fire going on as well against that MRLS cluster. And it is dead. A successful counter battery. Equally, they're doing the same straight back at them. But Horse now moving them, keeping them ahead of the enemy. Those Motorstrelki still trying to get round. Large force of tanks here. Doing a very good job of pushing forward. Though that Cobra is coming in at that side. Will be up against an Igla. That cluster is hitting the Abrams at the back there. MiG-31 in, hitting the Thunderbolt. Oh, and the Thunderbolt is down. As is the MiG-31 though. That mortar's getting very far forward. Abrams there. I'm not sure how much use. What did that get killed by artillery, I assume? Yeah, artillery on mortars, I think. Another cluster coming in there. Have managed to kill the Abrams. Another T-80U there. Oh, very effective. Killed with a Hellfire. That hit this guy up here. Yep, the other T-80U. Oh, Kiowa is under fire. Kiowa is dead. That was quick. German Mosquitoes push at the top. Unfortunately not been super effective. Has been beaten back. Down at the bottom. Motorstrelki now stalled. They would be up against an Abrams, another Abrams, and various infantry if they did poke their heads out. Look at that constant stream of mortars. I mean, look at how many there are. I'd be firing my artillery at those things. Because even killing a few would reduce the amount of annoyance they're causing. Couple of Su-22 HE bombers, both dead. F111F HE does get out after doing a little bit of damage. Nothing exciting though. That tank is mostly unaffected. 10 minutes to go in this game. Obviously, General and Z, the ALB Vets, very far out ahead at the moment in terms of points. Equally, you know, we've seen people pull it back from that before. I was wondering if there was going to be an attempt at a push at the bottom here, but I just don't think that's going to happen now. Focus is certainly on the centre with a little bit of defensive attempts up here. Loads of Spetsnaz GRU coming in there. I assume the intent to get round the back and take out this command vehicle. I would say the Stinger is taking a shot, but he's taking a long time to aim. Wow. Well, that reload time. Does get a shot off though. Causes the Spetsnaz GRU to evac fully healed. I do not like that bug. And that is only at half health. Black Hawk aero rifles as well there. They must be aware those choppers have come in. Interesting, so the GRU have been dropped off there. I thought they would have done a rush with those choppers and try and take out the ground forces. G22, HE coming in, cluster coming in down here. Going for that command tank. Did not do much damage if any of those actually hit. A little bit of a fight going on up here now. Coming out of my 8Ts spread around the place. They have managed to take out the Bradley that was there. Some more reinforcements being called in for that point now. Nothing really happening at the bottom. Those Motorstrelki have been forgotten about. Look at all those mortars. They will do damage to the tank if they get a direct hit. There you go. Obviously it has to be a pretty direct hit to do a significant amount of damage. I mean, it is feasible that those mortars can kill that tank. Wearing it down, I mean, you've got to give them credit. It's done a lot of damage to that tank. And again, if they do get a reasonably direct hit, they will take a pip of health off. And with the amount of mortars that are there, they will melt a tank eventually. Another command vehicle coming in at the back there. A T-80 and a T-64 even, pushing through that side, going after that mech rifle commander. Will be coming up against a Kiowa and an Abrams though. Q is taking a shot at that tank there. Another T-80 BVK coming in there as well. Seven minutes to go. Where is that Black Hawk going? Maybe having a test for air defences. Artillery coming in to try and kill that commander, I think. Another commander coming in at the bottom there as well. Just have a zoom out and have a look at the rest of the map. No one behind enemy lines. Still, this battle is still going on up here. I was expecting more reinforcements to have come in for Z in general by now. Those MI-8Ts still being a pain. Pivad was coming in to try and do some damage, but got taken out by the Spetsnaz GRU. And those MI-8s making short work of all these infantry that are coming in as well. So powerful helicopters with rockets. Oh, they have lost one of their bombers. The other one does manage to get its shots off. HE bomber coming in there and dying. Was obviously going for that commander. I assume they're not aware this commander is here, though it is firing at the enemy. They really shouldn't have that so far forward. The Mi-8T is going hunting. Now, is it going hunting for... Well, they're both heading that way. But they're depleted. They're out of rockets. So, other than spotting a command vehicle, I mean, they're pretty useless at this point. And that is going to sort them out pretty quickly. Attack repelled, on that point at least. Still a Spetsnaz crew sat in that forest, though. And these Motostrelki never did move. Though they are engaging the military police now, so... he's going to realise they're there if he's paying attention. Though I expect their focus is currently on the centre of the map. As they really need to take out all these commanders. Strong push coming in from Z, though... honestly, I think Horse and Mahti have more units there. It's a selection of infantry, tanks, BMPs, and Z just has infantry, including a command squad. So we'll be aiding these squads, but it's almost dead. Look at all of that artillery coming in, all of those mortar shells. More reinforcements coming in here. Are they going to make another attempt on this point? I don't think they have the forces to do it currently. Look at all these clustered units. So much stuff all together there. These are a little bit better spread out now. You know, the reversal here. At the start of the game, it was General and Z that had loads of clustered units here. And these guys had everything spread out, and now it's reversed. Reasonably spread out, very clustered here, very clustered here. And Z's units, because Horse failed to push his units through to reinforce those infantry, Z's actually done quite a good job of chewing through what was there. It's come at them in dribs and drabs. It's been pretty effective. I've got to give him credit for that. Cluster bomber coming in there. Is it going to get any kills? It killed an anti-air unit. Another cluster bomber coming in. Has killed a tank, I think, there. Not possibly killed the tank that was there. Not done much damage to the other tanks. Z making an aggressive push along with General across the middle now to take out all those command vehicles. Tow Cobra getting far too close. Such a waste of a really good unit. Cluster bomber coming in there. That's something dead. Apache coming in. Kiowa coming in. Real determination now just to kill these units. That's the other command vehicle dead. There's a command infantry squad coming in, however, along with a lot of reinforcements coming from the top of the map there. Just noticing it, very top of the map, those Spetsnaz grew just slowly working their way around the back of Alpha, still determined to kill the commander there. But there are actually... there's a command vehicle and 2 command infantry squads up there now. So I don't think that's going to happen. Z's push, along with General, has done a really good job. They've managed to clear this area, clear it of command vehicles. More stuff coming in here, but they are being hit by artillery now. It's that cluster MRLS firing in again. My 24 getting again a bit too close to the front line with these choppers. Bit of a waste for both teams. Look at all of those motor-stalking metas coming in. HE bomber coming in to try and take care of those infantry. Not particularly effective, I'm afraid. These infantry have held on, and that is game. Well done to both teams. Really good back and forth in the middle there, which is how the map is designed, I suppose. Well done to ALB Vets, Z in general. They did really well. Congratulations to them on third place in the 2v2 tournament. Commiserations to Horse and Mahti. A very well played game. And you can see, you know, these two teams, not a huge amount of difference in terms of their kills. Maybe 1,000 in it, thereabout, between them. So, you know, much closer game that one to some of the games that we've seen in this tournament. Thank you everyone who's watched the games during this tournament. I hope they've been entertaining. Obviously, WARNO is still undergoing a lot of patching, a lot of changes, and we'll certainly be doing some more tournaments, I'm sure, before final release of the game. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. Please do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for some more WARNO.